Join me, everyone. Let's catch the wave on Arirang Radio. All right, here we go. Happy Friday. Once again, we have Hyunwoo 선생님 in the studio. What's up, Hyunwoo?
안녕하세요. Hello, everybody. Hyunwoo here. 선현우입니다.
Yes, 안녕하세요. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
We are now about to start K-Talk. K-Talk with Hyunwoo from talktomeinkorean.com. Welcome to all our listeners all over the world. Maybe some of you are watching us on the video as well. Hello.
Hello.
And we're here to teach you some expressions. I know many of you are starting to learn Korean. Some of you have been learning for maybe a few months, a few years, and we are here to help you. So if you have any questions, please ask us. And we will be doing, I guess, a survival expression in part 1. We will use a K-pop song to teach you some new words in part 2. In the second hour, we will also listen to some of your audio clips, answer your questions, and you can win some books sponsored to us by talktomeinkorean.com.
That's right. If your audio clip is aired on the show, or if you actually correctly guessed the correct answer for the quiz.
A quiz.
Yeah, so two winners for each show. And today, as usual, we're going to start off with introducing a survival Korean phrase.
Good, and I think it's very important because some of our listeners will someday come to Korea and they're going to need some of these expressions when they walk around the streets of Seoul, for instance.
That's right. And phrases that you can learn from, I guess, textbooks and phrases that you will actually need when you get here can be a little bit different. Yeah.
Can be a little gap.
Yeah.
Between the theory and what you need in real life.
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, when I first went to London, somebody asked me in the shop, do you need a bag with that? It was like, do you need a plastic bag? So I was like, oh, I know what you're saying, but why would I need a bag? So things like that. And today I'm introducing this phrase.
Okay.
언제 문 닫아요?
언제 문 닫아요? So when do we use this expression first of all?
First of all, I mean, you want to eat something or you want to buy something in a store, but then it's around 11 p.m. and 10 p.m. and you notice that some shops are closing. So you are kind of afraid that your favorite shop that you want to shop at might close really soon.
I see.
So you want to check with the staff of the shop and you say, when do you guys close? Or what time do you close?
Okay.
So in that case, you can use this Korean expression.
언제 문 닫아요? So why don't we analyze this phrase? 언제 means
when.
문,
door,
and 닫아요?
to close.
That's very simple, right?
Yeah, so when do you close your door is the direct translation. But of course, in English, you don't say, when do you close your door?
When does your door close?
That's right. So, but in Korean, 문 닫다 can either mean close for the day or just go out of business.
Yeah, complete, like close forever.
Yeah, forever. So 그 가게 문 닫았어요 means that shop disappeared, right? So in this case, of course, hopefully we're not talking about going out of business. It's 문 닫아요 for just today.
And maybe another expression that can be also interesting is 언제 문 열어요?
Exactly.
The opposite, right?
That's right. So for example, you asked and this person answered just right now, 지금이요. Like, 지금 문 닫아요. But then you can ask, okay, too bad, but I will come back tomorrow. What time do you open? 언제 문 열어요?
언제 문 열어요?
Yeah.
So it's basically the same thing. 언제 is when, 문 is door, and the opposite of 닫아요 is 열어요.
Exactly. 열다 is to open. And in order to understand the answer, you have to know some numbers, right? Like the time, 1시, 2시, 3시, stuff like that. But just, supposing that you know the number system, this is an expression that you can use.
Definitely.
Yeah.
언제 문 닫아요? So this is going to be interesting if you're going shopping here in Korea or if you want to go to a certain restaurant. Maybe you can make a reservation on the phone or you can ask someone. So 언제 문 닫아요?
That's
and
right.
You will be able to have more information and maybe prepare your schedule according to the opening and closing hours of your favorite shop or maybe favorite restaurant.
That's right. And if you go to some really popular shopping districts in Seoul, some shops are open 24/7, like 24 hours. So they
안 닫아요.
안 닫아요.
문 안 닫아요.
문 안 닫아요. Or they can say 24시간 영업해요. We operate 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sometimes you see actually the number 24 on the window or on the door.
That's right.
It says 24, 24시.
24시 or
영업.
24시간.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen some unsuccessful shops that have the sign 24, but they actually do close.
Are they still closed?
Yeah, because there are no customers. But
거짓말.
Yeah, 거짓말이에요. But most of the time, if you see 24, they never close, but usually you can ask this question to check.
Okay, so that's the first expression for you today, survival Korean. And we have a little quiz, and you can try to answer this question to win a book sponsored to us by talktomeinkorean.com. What's the question, 선생님?
Okay, the question is, how do you say door in Korean? Number 1, 물. Number 2, 문. Number 3, 불. Number 4, 눈.
Pronunciation is important here.
Yeah.
Is it 물, 문, 불, or 눈?
Think about it and leave your answers.
It has an oo sound in it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
All of those.
How do you say door in Korean? Good luck. You can send us your answers on arirangradio.com/catchthewave. Click on the message board and leave us your comments. If you have a story that goes with it, and if you're learning Korean, also give us some information about yourself. We'll play some music and we'll be back in part 2. We're going to be teaching you some words, this time with a K-pop song. Stay with us. Too Hard, Tell Me Why. One love, one world, and we all come together here. This is Catch the Wave. We have Hyunwoo 선생님 from talktomeinkorean.com, and we are teaching you some Korean expressions. And I know that many of you are starting to learn this language, so welcome to the program. This is free. You don't need to pay. Completely free, right, Hyunwoo?
That's right.
And it's online as well. You can check out the videos. If you go on YouTube, type in Catch the Wave, and you'll see plenty of videos of Hyunwoo and I teaching you some expressions. Now, we talked about the first expression, and we asked you a question. How do you say door in Korean? Number 1?
물.
Number 2?
문.
Number 3?
불.
Number 4?
눈.
If you have the answer, make sure you participate. You might be the lucky winner. Now, we're going to jump into part 2, and as usual, we teach you some useful Korean words with a K-pop song. So this time, I think we have a song. Do you want to introduce it?
Sure. This is a song by 거미, and the title is really interesting. 놀러 가자.
놀러 가자.
놀러 가자. 놀러 가자 means
let's play.
Let's play, or let's go on a trip, let's hang out.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, let's have fun. It can be many things, but the important thing is 가자.
가자.
Because 가자 means let's go.
Go.
So just let's play would be 놀자 here or somewhere else, but 놀러 가자 means, you want to get out somewhere, you want to go somewhere. So you also imply that being here is not fun, not fun, so you want to go.
You need some fresh air.
Yeah.
놀러 가자.
Yeah, something different.
Something like that. Let's listen to this part of the song.
한 번만 놀러 가자. 그를 데리고 어디론가로.
현우 놀러 가자.
So if you actually pay attention to the rest of the lyrics, Kami, she talks about how all the dates are the same. Like you go to the coffee shop, you go to a restaurant. I mean, I think it's a common complaint among girls and of course men too.
I think she's bored.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really bored of the men, but you're bored of the same routines.
Yeah.
So 한 번만 is not exactly a word. It's just,
it's not a word.
Yeah, it's a singing part. 놀러 가자. Just once, let's go and play somewhere else. 그를 데리고, take him somewhere. 어디론가로, to some place.
Someplace.
Yeah.
Take him someplace. And maybe the here is, you know how when we text people and when we're a bit sad, we say or you.
Yeah, but I think you is more common, like in actually saying the sound.
Yeah.
Because people never say when they are sad.
Yeah, that's true.
So here it's definitely not like sad sound. It's just a singing sound. And 한 번만 놀러 가자. 그를 데리고 어디론가로 is the message.
Let's listen to it once again.
한 번만 놀러 놀러 가자 그를 데리고 어디론가로
Ooh, ooh. I like the song.
Yeah.
놀러 가자.
Yeah, I actually listened to the song for the first time yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, I've been playing the song
Over and
again
over.
because I'm sure my wife feels the same way because she's been looking after the baby for a while now and, you know, she wants to get out somewhere.
If you're joining us for the first time, Hyunwoo is now officially a father. His wife gave birth to a beautiful little baby son.
That's right.
Just a few days ago, 2 weeks ago maybe?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. And thank you for the kind words. So I'm super excited, but like I think I can totally play the song for my wife.
Yeah, there you go.
놀러 가자.
놀러 가자. And maybe you can take her outside of the city to a beautiful place where she can relax.
You can
with the baby.
You can come to our house to babysit.
Really? Oh, sure. With your little dog, Coco, as well.
Yeah.
I'll take care of everything. Don't worry. All right. Well, that's maybe... Do you want to focus on other expressions inside this little part, or...?
I think 데리고 가다 is interesting.
Okay.
Because when you bring something, like things, objects, you say 가져가다.
가져가다.
Yeah, but even though in English, you can bring people and bring things, you know, equally. In Korean, you have to actually divide these into two verbs.
When it's an object and when it's a person.
Exactly. When it's a person, you can never say 가져가다. Because that feels like you're just carrying this person as an object.
You can say 이 펜을 가져가다.
가져가세요.
Take this pen.
Take it, bring it with you. But 데려가세요 is please bring this person with you.
현우 가져가자.
Oh no.
That
then
doesn't
all of
work.
a sudden I feel like an inanimate object.
현우. Yes. So when you want to take someone somewhere, it's 데리고
가다 or
가다.
데려가다.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much for those details, Hyunwoo. And we'll be back, of course, in the second hour with some more expressions and, of course, your voice messages. We want to hear your beautiful voices. You can send us your audio clips, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com. That's the official address. Make sure the sound quality is good. So don't scream into the computer. Don't yell into your smartphone. Just record yourself naturally talking, singing, or maybe reading in Korean language. And if you're selected, you will receive a book sponsored to us by Talk to Me
in Korean.
In Korean.com. We'll be back and we will play the song we just focused on. This is Komi with Park Yu-chun. 놀러 가자. Let's play. All right, welcome back. You're listening to Arirang Radio. Catch the Wave continues. Hyunwoo is here with me, and we will now listen to your voices. And we are always happy to hear from you in your countries. I know some of you are learning Korean, so don't be shy and don't be lazy. Just find some time. Make sure you record your voice with your smartphone, with your computer, and then send us your audio files. The email address, once again, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com. And if you hear your recording on the program, you will be receiving a book sponsored to us by Hyunwoo and his team. And he makes wonderful books.
Thank you.
Not only the design, but also the content and the words, the expressions you will see will be helpful and useful if you do come to Korea or if you meet Korean people someday in your life. Yes.
We're waiting for you here in Korea.
Definitely. We'll read the first message here. It's Kathleen. Kathleen from Indonesia. I really like to learn Korean language, especially from Talk to Me in Korean. First of all, I want to congratulate Hyunwoo for being a father. 축하해요.
감사합니다.
Now I'm learning Korean proverbs, 속담, and this is an interesting story I found while I was learning one of them. 걱정도 팔자다. That's the proverb.
걱정도 팔자다. It basically means you don't have to worry about those little things, or you worry too much.
Yeah, so don't worry too much about little things. I hope this will be aired, and please correct my pronunciation. Thank you. Best regards, Kathleen. All right, so why don't we air her message? I think we're going to cut it down into several parts because the message was quite long, and we'll try to translate and also explain what Kathleen is talking about. Here we go.
어느 마을에 할아버지가 살고 있었다. 할아버지에게는 두 아들이 있었는데 큰 아들은 집신을 팔고 작은 아들은 우산을 팔았다. 할아버지는 두 아들 때문에 항상 걱정이 많았다.
So that's the first part of the message. I think she's explaining a little story here, right?
Yeah, it's actually a very famous story of 할아버지, a grandfather who worries too much about needless things to worry. So shall we go over each line?
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, really quickly. 어느 마을에 할아버지가 살고 있었다. It's a fun story, so please pay attention, everybody.
Sure.
In a town, there was a 할아버지, grandfather living. 할아버지에게는 두 아들이 있었는데 he had two sons. 큰 아들은 집신을 팔고 the older son was selling straw shoes and 작은 아들은 우산을 팔았다. The younger son sold umbrellas. 할아버지는 두 아들 때문에 항상 걱정이 많았다. The old man was always very worried because of the two sons.
할아버지는 two sons.
Yeah.
때문에, it's because 항상 걱정이 많았다. Always worried because of his sons. Let's listen to part 2.
비가 오는 날에는 큰 아들의 집신이 팔리지 않아서 걱정이었고 맑은 날에는 작은 아들의 우산이 팔리지 않아서 걱정이었다. 비가 와도 걱정, 날씨가 맑아도 걱정을 하는 할아버지에게 어느 날 옆집 아주머니가 이렇게 말을 했다.
Okay, so that was the second part.
Yeah.
Breaking down each part. 비가 오는 날에는 on a rainy day. 큰아들의 집신이 팔리지 않아서 걱정이었고 the old man was worried because the older son's straw shoes were not selling really well. 맑은 날에는 on sunny days 작은 아들의 우산이 팔리지 않아서 걱정이었다. He was worried because the younger son's umbrellas weren't selling. 비가 와도 걱정, 날씨가 맑아도 걱정을 하는 할아버지에게 to the old man who was worried even on rainy days and also on sunny days 어느 날 옆집 아주머니가 이렇게 말을 했다.
So basically this grandfather is worried all the time because of his two sons. One is selling shoes. So whenever it's raining, I guess the shoes don't sell well, but the umbrellas sell well.
Exactly, because 집신 is basically straw shoes.
Yeah.
They're made with straws. So not really good for rainy days.
No.
So yeah, so he was always worried. And then a neighbor 아주머니, 옆집 아주머니, neighbors
a
lady told him like this.
Okay, and this is the rest of the story.
할아버지, 정말 걱정도 팔자예요. 날씨가 맑으면 큰 아들의 집신이 많이 팔려서 좋고 비가 오면 작은 아들의 우산이 많이 팔리니 얼마나 좋아요. 이 말을 들은 후 할아버지는 걱정 없이 행복하게 잘 살았다고 한다.
Okay, so let's find out what the lady said. 할아버지 정말 걱정도 팔자예요. 할아버지, grandfather, you are worrying too much. 날씨가 맑으면 when the weather is nice, 큰아들의 집신이 많이 팔려서 좋고 it's nice because your older son's straw shoes are selling well.
Selling well.
And 비가 오면 when it rains, 작은 아들의 우산이 많이 팔리니 얼마나 좋아요. How nice is it because your younger son's umbrellas are selling well.
So basically you're always making money if you look at it in a certain way.
In the opposite way.
Yeah.
Actually. So 이 말을 들은 후 after hearing this, 할아버지는 걱정 없이 행복하게 잘 살았다고 한다. So the old man lived happily without worries after hearing this.
That's right. It's a little story to basically tell you not to worry about little things and try to be positive in your lives. It's basically like, you know, that expression, looking at the glass half full and not half empty. You're
That's
looking
right.
at the same thing. It's just the way you approach the situation that's very different.
Yeah, but I think the older son who was selling straw shoes made a lot more money because
You think so?
yeah, there are
More sunny days.
days than rainy days, and also 집신 they wear out really really easily, so people have to keep buying the 집신, and umbrellas, you know, they don't wear out that much.
What can we tell Kathleen in terms of pronunciation here?
Well,
Are there any parts she can improve on?
She did a fantastic job. I wouldn't point out any mistakes. Well, except for one thing. When in the first line, when she said 어느 마을에 할아버지가 살고 있었다, that s sound. I think you can make it a little shorter. 살고 있었다.
살고 있었다.
Yeah, that's what your 살고 있었다 sounded like. Make it a little shorter. 살고 있었다. Shorter, like instead of 살고 있었다.
Okay.
살고
있었다.
Yep.
살고 있었다. She seems to be quite advanced in her Korean here.
That's right.
She's probably learning, and she's been learning probably for maybe a few years, I would say.
Yeah, I would guess so. And it's really good. I mean, like reading out loud a story that
it's
is
a good
written.
exercise.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a difficult, like complicated news article.
Yeah.
It can be a children's story or even song lyrics. If you keep reading and reading, you can read faster and faster.
Sure.
And more naturally.
And you can also work on your pronunciation. So when you read, make sure you read out loud if you can. Find a quiet place, maybe in your room, all alone, and try to read out loud. It will help you in terms of pronunciation, and also when you try to read, you will actually gain speed that way.
Yeah.
So
out loud is the key, because just whispering is easy. You have to go like 어느 마을에 할아버지가 살고
no,
있었다.
it's true though.
Yeah.
It's really true.
Yeah.
And I should do that more often as well. 걱정. Okay, so this is also to tell you not to worry too much. I know some of you are very busy with exams. Maybe you have some projects coming up. Maybe you're just worried because of personal things. Don't worry too much. Take a little break. We have some music here, and you can relax with us every single day. Hyunwoo, we'll be back in a few seconds.
Sure.
And we will answer some of their questions, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And Kathleen, don't forget to send us your contact info on our homepage, arirangradio.com/catchthewave. Use winner information, and you will be receiving a book sponsored to us by Hyunwoo and his team. This is 15 End. 티가 나나봐. Can't hide it. All right, welcome back. Catch the Wave continues. Happy Friday. Hyunwoo is here, and we are helping you with your Korean language skills. And we want you to win some presents, and it's more fun in that way. I know some of you are trying to learn Korean alone online. Perhaps the books Hyunwoo and his team make will be able to help you. If you want to try to win, we have a question for you. We taught you an expression in the first hour about doors closing. So how do you say door in Korean?
Number 1, 물. Number 2, 문. Number 3, 불. Number 4, 눈.
Okay, so make sure you participate. You can go online and find out more about the options and tell us which one it is. If you are selected, you will win a book. Make sure you also check out our website to see if you won at the end of the show. Good luck to you all. We have some questions, and if you have questions for Hyunwoo 선생님 and for us, don't be shy. The first one here from Belgium, we have Grace. Hello, Adrian and Hyunwoo. I would like to know how to say something is good. I have two expressions. 이거 좋아요. 이거 좋네요.
I see.
What's the difference, and which one is the best?
You cannot really say which is the best, because they are two different expressions. They both mean this is good or I like it. And the first one, 이거 좋아요, is just a plain this is good. And the second one, 이거 좋네요, is more of an expression when you want to realize. When you're realizing, oh, okay, I see that this is good. And you also agree that it is good. Like somebody said, this is good. So you see it. Oh, okay, 좋네요. I agree. I see it now. So when you are telling somebody for the first time to someone who didn't know that this was good, you can say, 이거 좋아요. So try it. This is good.
이거 좋아요.
Yeah, but when you see something and it's like, oh, I see that it's good. It's 이거 좋네요. So both can work.
You want to acknowledge that it's good.
Yeah.
And you want to admit that it's good. 아, 좋네요. Okay, thank you for asking. We have Nathrin from Malaysia saying, hello, Hyunwoo 선생님 and DJ Adrian. I want to know how to say, this is the end. Thank you. This is the end.
This is the end can be translated into many different ways. Let's imagine some situations. For example, if you're giving a presentation and your presentation has come to an end.
Yeah.
And you can say, thank you for listening. This is the end.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 다 끝났습니다.
다 끝났어요.
Or 끝났습니다. Or
끝이에요.
Yeah, 끝이에요. Well, 끝이에요 can be used in other situations, but like if you're saying it in a formal situation, maybe you can say 여기까지입니다. It is until here. 여기까지입니다. But for example, if you're on an adventure, like you are in a dangerous situation, this is the end.
우리 죽었다.
Something like that. Or 이제 끝이야.
이제 끝이야.
이제 끝이야. Or 이제 끝이에요.
This is the end.
This is the moment when we see the decision or see the result. This is the end.
Or when you're in a relationship and you want to break up with someone, this is the end between us, 현우.
우리 이제 끝이야.
끝이야.
Yeah, you would add the word 우리 there.
우리.
Yeah.
우리 is us, right?
Us. So we, this is the end. 우리 이제 끝이야.
이제 is now.
Now.
Now it's the end between us.
Yeah, so this is the end. Like depending on the situation, it can be those different things.
I'm actually quite curious, Natharin, why do you want to learn this expression? This is the end. No, it's not the end. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, the end is always the beginning of another thing.
Oh, that's true too. You have to close maybe certain things to start new chapters in your lives.
That's right.
We have Joyce, Joyce from Malaysia as well, saying, when I was in Korea last fall, I met friendly people who taught me the difference between 예쁜 and 아름다운. And I use 예쁜 or 예뻐 to describe people instead of 아름다운, is what she says.
Great idea. I mean, 아름다운 can be beautiful, like gracious.
But you don't really say, or you could say 아름다운 사람.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's possible, but it's more about the person's personality or other features. And when you just want to say that somebody is pretty, you say 예뻐요.
예뻐요. And it's especially when it's a girl, mostly 예뻐요. When it's a guy, you say
잘생겼어요.
잘생겼어요.
Yeah.
Or you could say 멋있다.
멋있어요.
멋있어요.
Yeah.
잘생겼어요. For a man, and for a girl, you usually say 예쁘다 or 예뻐요.
아름다운 is usually about landscape maybe or something that is like beautiful in value.
Okay, there you go. And Joyce, if you want more survival phrases and expressions, make sure you tune in every Friday. And you can also check out the previous shows online with the videos. Catch the Wave on YouTube, for instance. From Iran this time, we have Artemis. Artemis, 안녕하세요. That's how the message starts.
With all the spaces there.
All the spaces between each syllable. We have some expressions as follows. 형, 오빠, 누나, 언니, 남동생 or 여동생. If we have two siblings who are as old as each other, so imagine twins.
Okay.
What do they call each other then? 고맙습니다, 선생님들.
Okay, that's a really interesting question. So between twins, by the way, twin is 쌍둥이 in Korean.
쌍둥이.
Yeah, 쌍둥이.
쌍 is like double, right?
Double or pair.
Yeah.
So I guess if you are a twin, you can say 쌍둥이. So but even for twins, there's always a brother, like an older brother and a younger brother. In Korea,
That's true.
I know it's different depending on the country, but in Korea, the one who came out first is the older brother.
Is the 형.
Yeah, but in some other countries, I know the one who came out first is the
Younger one?
because he or she was conceived later. The one in the like deeper inside was like made first.
First.
Yeah, so I mean, in some countries, the one who comes out later is the older one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure which country. But anyway, in Korea, if you're born like 1 minute before, you're still the older one. So in that case, you can still apply the same logic.
So twins, they will, one of the twins?
They will call each other
형, 동생.
형, 동생. Yeah.
Ah.
형, 언니, 오빠. You know, if you're
funny.
Yeah, like different, like not identical twins, but
or maybe they just use the names.
Yeah, but like when you get older, you start using 형, 누나, 동생, those terms more often than just the names because you have other people looking at you. Like it doesn't really look good. Like if you're in a formal situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, 준아, you know.
Yeah, sure.
It's not really good. And also, if you have somebody who's the same age as you, like among your cousins, then among the cousins, you still have to use those terms like 오빠. Like I have 4 nunas who were born in the same year as me.
Oh, same year as
Yeah,
you.
they're just like 1 month, 2 months older
Older
than me.
than you.
But my parents and also all my cousins, they insisted on me calling them Nuna.
Because they were still born a few days before you.
I have to show respect, like especially within family, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 4 Nunas who are just the same age.
Yeah, I have to teach my sister. Sometimes she just calls me June.
Oh, wow.
My younger sister.
Your own younger sister.
But I remember my grandfather, now he passed away, but he would always tell my sister,
don't do it.
yeah, he would always say, 준이 뭐야? 준이 오빠지.
Yeah.
You have to add oppa. So these are little details, but in Korean culture, they are very important, especially if you're around with other people.
That's right. There are so many kinship terms in Korean, and the other day I got a question on Twitter saying, how do you say brother-in-law in Korean? And I couldn't really answer on Twitter within 140 characters because there can be 4 different or 5 different.
It depends if it's on the guy side, the girl side,
older, younger.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It can be complicated, but we'll take it step by step. If you have some more questions, feel free, send them in. arirangradio.com/catchthewave. You can use the message board anytime. And the winner for our quiz today will be announced on our homepage. So make sure you check that out to see if you won. Good luck to all of you. And Hyunwoo, we will see you next week again.
See you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you. Let's close down with some music. Catch the Wave continues. CN Blue, 직감, Intuition.